2,000 years ago, Marcus Aurelius held the highest position of power in the vast Roman Empire. He controlled an enormous empire and governed the lives of tens of millions of people. Under his command was one of the most formidable and powerful armies of antiquity, and he had the ability to shape destinies with his decisions. Despite his privileged position, Marcus Aurelius did not succumb to luxury and idleness, nor was he consumed by incessant work. In fact, he demonstrated admirable self-control, maintaining integrity and wisdom in the face of adversity. What allowed Marcus Aurelius to remain steadfast and composed? How did he face the tensions and responsibilities that came with his power? To understand the secret of his resilience, we can turn to his meditations, a testament to his daily reflections and practices. These writings offer deep insight into how he balanced his duties and his own inner demands. Today, by examining the life of Marcus Aurelius, we are invited to reflect on how Stoic philosophy can guide us in managing our own responsibilities and challenges. In a world full of distractions and pressures, the practice of self-discipline and introspection, so evident in meditations, remains a source of inspiration and a model of virtue. So what is his secret? What was the daily life of Marcus Aurelius like 2,000 years ago? How did the most powerful man on earth live back then? This is what we are going to discuss today. If you value what we do here, subscribe to our channel and leave a like. That helps me immensely. Let's begin. At the start of each day, we all face the same battle: the struggle against the temptation to stay in the comfort of our blankets. For Marcus Aurelius, this was a daily struggle, as he himself recognized in his meditations the difficulty of getting up early. However, what set him apart was his deliberate decision to overcome this obstacle, not by force of habit, but as an exercise in self-understanding and virtue. Marcus Aurelius was not naturally inclined to be an early riser. He forged this discipline through continuous practice. At dawn, when the desire to stay in bed was strong, he reminded himself of his true purpose. He was not made to seek superficial comfort, but to face the day with determination and integrity. He understood that true value does not lie in feeling good immediately, but in fulfilling the mission of living a life according to reason and virtue. Unlike what many do today, succumbing to the temptation of digital devices and immediate pressures right upon waking, Marcus Aurelius began his mornings with a moment of introspection and preparation. He knew that the dawn should not be consumed by distractions, but by a period of quiet reflection, study, and planning. This time of calm allowed him to face daily challenges with clarity and purpose. Today, we are often absorbed by notifications and task lists even before we get up. Unlike Marcus Aurelius, who dedicated himself to building a solid foundation for the day, many of us start the day reacting to external stimuli and missing the opportunity to establish a state of serenity and self-control. The practice of Stoicism teaches us that, like Marcus Aurelius, we must conquer the beginning of our day with a choice, with a focus on our true purpose. By following Marcus Aurelius's example, we can start each day with the mindset of a warrior of virtue, facing the dawn with courage and a clear sense of mission. Instead of being swept away by the currents of immediacy, we seek to build an inner state of tranquility and mental preparation for the day's demands. At the start of the day, we often find ourselves immersed in routine, with no time for intentional reflection. Marcus Aurelius, however, invites us to start the day differently, as he does in the second book of his Meditations. Upon waking, he suggests a mental preparation exercise. Anticipate the behavior of the people you will encounter throughout the day, instead of facing the day with a naive view, expecting everyone around us to be exemplary. Marcus Aurelius proposes a more realistic approach. He says, "When you wake up in the morning, tell yourself, the people I will deal with today will be meddling, ungrateful, arrogant, dishonest, envious, and surly." This is not a call to pessimism, but a preparation for the reality of human interactions. The idea is, by anticipating these challenges, how can we practice patience and understanding? How can we adjust our attitude to handle such behaviors? Seneca warned us that the pain of an unexpected blow is the most intense. Expecting all the events of the day to be favorable can lead to disappointment. Instead, Marcus Aurelius encourages us to use the premise of premeditation to shape our response. He guides us to examine the motive behind others' actions and to seek the best in every situation. It's not about resignation, but about preparing our minds to face the inevitable with wisdom and resilience. By starting the day with this mindset, we can face challenges with more serenity and effectiveness. Unwavering focus. Marcus Aurelius teaches us to adjust our expectation and response, transforming potential discomfort into an opportunity to exercise Stoic virtues. This is the path to a successful day, not by avoiding difficulties, but by being prepared to face them with equanimity. The life of Marcus Aurelius, full of responsibilities and challenges, demanded an unwavering focus. In his meditations, he reminds us of the importance of directing our attention to what really matters. Marcus did not stray from the path, even when facing the complexities of his position. He instructs, "Rise and pursue the purpose for which you were called." In his day-to-day life, Marcus Aurelius followed the example of Antoninus Pius, his predecessor and mentor. Antoninus was meticulous with his schedule, from planning tasks to the most trivial moments, like necessary pauses. Marcus reinforces, "Avoid any complaint, even in your thoughts." He would ask himself, "What are my obligations today? Let's face them." For Marcus, this meant continuous decisions, listening to cases, speaking before crowds, and even leading armies. However, the secret lay in maintaining focus. He advises, "Get used to filtering your thoughts. If asked about your thoughts, you must be clear and precise in your answers. Do not let your mind wander. Focus fully on the tasks before you." This concept resonates with what Carl Newport describes as deep work, the ability to fully immerse yourself in the activity at hand without distractions. Maintaining full attention on each task is an essential practice of Marcus Aurelius's lifestyle and philosophy. Imagine him then, absorbed in discussions with advisors, ministers, and diplomats, yet always maintaining focus on his responsibilities and the mission he had to fulfill. In the context of strategy and personal development, it is essential to recognize the importance of constructive criticism and feedback. Marcus Aurelius, reflecting on his experiences, teaches us a fundamental lesson on how to receive corrections. He shares a powerful insight. "When I am corrected or informed that I am wrong, it does not harm me, but rather gives me an opportunity for growth." As he says, "The true evil lies in persistent ignorance and the refusal to correct one's mistakes." Avoiding this path not only reduces stress and frustration, but also allows for maintaining serenity and control in the face of adversity. The practice of seeking balance is a central idea in Stoic thought. Marcus Aurelius frequently reminds us that work and dedication are crucial, but they should not consume our entire lives. In his meditations, he highlights the importance of finding time for activities that revitalize us. He himself engaged in physical exercises, such as wrestling and horse riding, and he often appreciated nature, describing it with a careful and contemplative eye. These activities were not just pastimes, but moments of spiritual connection and personal balance. His aversion to the bloody spectacle of the gladiators, which he avoided, reflects a desire to distance himself from violence and seek a more harmonious existence. For Marcus Aurelius, the day was filled with decisions, speeches, travels, and sometimes battles. Yet, he emphasized the importance of maintaining constant focus. Train to filter your thoughts, he advises. When asked about his thoughts, he believed that the mind should be clear and focused, not lost in distractions. This concept of deep work, as Carl Newport describes it, lies at the heart of Marcus Aurelius's philosophy. He was capable of fully concentrating on the task before him, without being sidetracked by other concerns. His dedication to this practice was visible in his daily routine, even when involved in meetings and councils. The Stoic path is marked by a balance between diligent work and self-care. Marcus Aurelius shows us that by adopting a conscious and focused approach to our responsibilities and interests, we can achieve a more fulfilling and harmonious life. He affirms, regardless of where you are, many constantly seek a way to escape. People long for travel, wish to abandon all their responsibilities. It is true that in times of turmoil and uncertainty, Marcus Aurelius found refuge in his own essence. In the midst of struggles and adversities of the Colosseum, he mentally isolated himself, immersing himself in the works of Homer, the wisdom of Zeno, and the reflections of Epictetus. Even surrounded by brutality and chaos, he kept his mind anchored in philosophy, rising above the turbulence of Rome. Marcus Aurelius regularly attended baths, an essential ritual of Roman culture. These moments of purification were not only physical relief, but also a metaphor for cleansing the impurities of daily life. The gymnasium and baths provided a space for exercise and relaxation, allowing him to prepare for the challenges of his day-to-day life. By distancing himself from the dust of the city and seeking tranquility, Marcus Aurelius returned renewed to his responsibilities. During his reign, Marcus Aurelius faced monumental challenges. His reign was marked by natural disasters, devastating epidemics, and incessant conflicts. The Antonine Plague, invasions, and political turmoil added almost unbearable stress. Additionally, he dealt with personal and health issues, and many ancient historians noted that despite his dignity and abilities, he did not receive the relief he perhaps deserved. The burden on his shoulders was immense, and the pressure overwhelming. True strength does not lie in the ability to avoid challenges, but in the ability to remain balanced and focused even in the face of the severest adversities. Marcus Aurelius, with his constant practice of introspection and philosophy, exemplifies the ability to find serenity and purpose in the midst of chaos. It is likely that Marcus Aurelius experienced moments of great despair and doubt when he perhaps questioned whether he could continue. He could feel the crushing weight of responsibility, facing tasks and expectations that seemed beyond his strength. However, he understood that despite his personal feelings, his position required action. He firmly believed that his duties could not be neglected and sought means to face the weight of power with dignity. Stoic philosophy helped him find clarity amidst chaos, guiding him to maintain calm and avoid being dominated by disturbing emotions. Thus, he transformed difficulty into an opportunity for self-improvement, practicing virtue in every challenge. When Marcus Aurelius faced the betrayal of Avidius Cassius, one of his most loyal generals, he chose not to yield to the impulse of an immediate reaction. The pain of betrayal could have easily led to an impulsive and destructive reaction, but Marcus decided to withdraw to process his emotions. He retreated to reflect, resisting the urge to be carried away by personal feelings. Instead of being consumed by bitterness, he sought to understand the situation more broadly and rationally. Upon returning, He turned the situation into an opportunity to demonstrate how the empire should behave in the face of internal adversities. In his meditations, he emphasizes that the true response to evil is not to allow oneself to be consumed by it, but to use every situation to grow in virtue. Marcus Aurelius understood that obstacles are opportunities in disguise. Every challenge, every adversity was, for him, a training ground for practicing moral excellence. Thus, every difficulty faced in daily life and in great crises was an opportunity to practice moral excellence and serenity. He saw adversities as fertile ground for cultivating virtue and resilience, always seeking to act with dignity and wisdom. Every small test and great challenge were moments to strengthen himself and reaffirm the Stoic principles that guided his life. In this way, he transformed every obstacle into a stepping stone for greater personal perfection and wiser, more just leadership. Marcus Aurelius did not limit himself only to his imperial duties. When he was not dedicated to his personal interests or maintaining his mental and physical health, he devoted himself to reading and writing, elements he saw as fundamental to his development in all aspects of life. The correspondences he exchanged with his mentor and teacher, Cornelius Fronto, are evidence of this commitment. During his reign, he continued writing these valuable letters, reflecting on philosophical issues and debating ideas with Professor Rusticus. Marcus Aurelius had a vast education that began in his youth and extended into adulthood, as evidenced by the rich references that appear in his writings, from Epicurus and Zeno to other notable thinkers. His approach to reading was meticulous and disciplined. Following Seneca's advice, Marcus Aurelius did not settle for basic reading. It was not a superficial activity, but a deep and introspective one. He made careful notes and researched, not engaging in casual reading for entertainment or prestige. The goal was to learn and continuously improve. It is likely that this reading practice was integrated into his nightly routine. Seneca mentioned a ritual at the end of the day, where he evaluated his actions and behavior. In the same way, Marcus Aurelius subjected himself to a process of self-evaluation in the quiet hours of the night. The meditations reveal this introspective practice in which he examined his actions, reflected on what could be improved, and took responsibility for his own mistakes and successes. In this context, it is essential to recognize that Marcus Aurelius did not have the constant guidance of an immediate superior, nor was the judgment of posterity close. He knew that the ultimate responsibility for his actions and values rested solely on him. Philosophy, for Marcus Aurelius, was thus the means by which he assumed the final responsibility for his own life and conduct. Philosophy guides us to strive to become the best version of ourselves according to the ideal it proposes. During the day, this pursuit may seem like a constant effort, but it is in the silence of the night, through personal reflection, writing in a diary, and attentive reading, that the true lessons are assimilated. The daily practice of critical thinking and self-analysis allows us to make continuous and profound adjustments in our behavior and way of living. Marcus Aurelius, a model of Stoic practice, reminds us of the concept of memento mori. You could leave life right now. This thought, far from being a morbid reminder, should guide our actions, words, and thoughts, inciting us to live with purpose and clarity. Memento mori was a vital principle in Marcus's daily life. He spent his days receiving honors and being celebrated for his position and power, a stark contrast to his practice of humility. Even surrounded by honors and gifts from kings and subjects, Marcus strove to maintain the correct perspective, recognizing that true value did not lie in external appearances. People greeted him. Thousands of soldiers presented themselves before him, and kings of other nations gave him gifts. He actively tried to remember that he was not so important, that his fame was worthless. He tried to maintain humility, telling himself, "Be careful not to become a Caesar, not to stain yourself with purple." He observed luxurious banquets, honors, or jewels he wore and said, "Look at this. This is a piece of meat. This is a stone extracted from a mine. This is a foolish metal." He tried not to be altered or transformed, nor to feel better because of that unusual, strange, and surreal existence. Success and admiration can easily lead us astray from the path to wisdom. The hectic routine and constant recognition can create the illusion that we are the center of everything. But that vision is illusory. The real challenge is to maintain the right perspective. It is crucial to remember that our individual importance is relative when compared to the vastness of the universe and the continuous flow of history. Humility and self-awareness become essential tools for navigating success without losing sight of our true essence. Cultivating a mindset of continuous learning and gratitude can help us stay grounded even in the face of great achievements. Moreover, maintaining genuine connections with those who knew us before success can serve as a valuable reminder of our roots and fundamental values. Philosophical practice involves expanding our vision. Marcus Aurelius emphasizes the importance of observing life from a more distant perspective, as if we were viewing an army not for its grandeur, but as if it were a group of ants seen from afar. This exercise in perspective is essential and seems to be a central part of Marcus's routine. I imagine that at the end of each day, especially at night, Marcus asked himself about the value of the hours spent. This practice of distancing not only helps us to relativize our daily concerns, but also allows us to see patterns and connections that would normally go unnoticed. By adopting this broader vision, we can begin to understand our place in the grand scheme of things, recognizing both our insignificance and our interconnectedness with the whole. This perspective can be profoundly liberating, relieving the pressure we place on ourselves and allowing us to act with more compassion and wisdom. This distant approach can help us make more balanced decisions, less influenced by momentary emotions, and more aligned with our core values. In his meditations, Marcus Aurelius reminds us that the fear of death and the desire to live forever make us forget the fragility of time. We value our time, but often waste it on trivialities. Stoic philosophy teaches us that death is not a distant event, but a constant reality. Each day is an approach to our finitude, and each minute is an opportunity that slips away. This acute awareness of mortality, far from being morbid, can be a powerful source of motivation and clarity. It drives us to live with purpose, to prioritize what truly matters, and to let go of trivial concerns. Acceptance of death as a natural part of life can free us from paralyzing fear and allow us to fully embrace the present. At the end of the day, Marcus Aurelius asked himself, "What have I really accomplished with the time that has passed?" He reflected on whether the day had been well spent, imagining what he would do if it were the last. If he had the opportunity to wake up again, how could he improve his behavior? What could he learn? How could he avoid taking time for granted? These questions serve as a powerful exercise in self-awareness and self-evaluation, forcing us to confront our daily decisions and their alignment with our values and life goals. This regular practice of reflection can help us identify behavioral patterns that need to be adjusted and celebrate the moments when we live according to our ideals. Moreover, this habit can cultivate a mindset of continuous growth, where each day is seen as a new opportunity for learning and improvement. By committing to this daily reflection, we can gradually shape a more intentional and meaningful life. To us, the life of Marcus Aurelius, the most powerful emperor of his time, may seem distant and incomprehensible. He lived in a different time, with a language and way of life we no longer know. However, his example remains relevant. True wisdom lies in valuing each moment and maintaining the right perspective on our existence and finitude. The universality of his reflections transcends the barriers of time and culture, offering valuable insights for our own journey of self-knowledge and personal growth. His ability to maintain humility and the pursuit of wisdom, even while occupying the highest position in the empire, serves as a powerful reminder that true power lies in self-mastery. Despite all of Marcus Aurelius's wisdom, he was, like all of us, an ordinary man with his own struggles. The past may seem like a distant and strange land, but human nature remains constant. The same principle applies to changes in life. The essence remains unchanged, even when everything around us transforms. Marcus Aurelius offers valuable lessons on how to shape our behavior and daily habits for our personal benefit. His reflections teach us the importance of self-reflection and the constant pursuit of self-knowledge. Through his writings, we are reminded that true wisdom does not lie in avoiding challenges, but in facing them with courage and serenity. Marcus Aurelius's Stoic philosophy invites us to accept what we cannot change and to focus our energies on what is within our control. His words continue to resonate through the centuries, offering comfort and guidance for those who seek to live a more conscious and virtuous life. Reflecting on his meditations and the depth of his thought, it is crucial to consider the importance of a good sleep routine. Although it is common to talk about the value of waking up early, it is also crucial to ensure that your preparation for the night is adequate. If you get carried away by distractions like checking your phone late into the night and then try to wake up at dawn, the result will inevitably be unsatisfactory. Marcus Aurelius, though he faced insomnia and stress, tried to maintain a discipline of sleep and self-care. Following his example can help you maintain a healthy balance in your own life. Establishing a consistent nightly routine, free of electronic devices and focused on relaxing activities, can significantly improve sleep quality. Practicing meditation or reflection techniques before bed, as Marcus Aurelius did with his writings, can help calm the mind and prepare the body for restorative sleep. Moreover, creating a conducive environment for sleep, with low light and appropriate temperature, contributes to a peaceful night. Remember that quality sleep is the foundation for a clear mind and energized body, essential for facing daily challenges with the same resilience that Marcus Aurelius demonstrated in his life. Thank you for staying with me until now. If you found this content enriching, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel for more ideas on how to apply Stoic philosophy to your life. Take advantage of watching the 2 videos on the screen. They can further expand your knowledge of Stoic philosophy. Leave the word Marcus Aurelius in the comments so I know you made it this far, and I will be grateful for your support. Until next time.